It's time to go Code Red inside the East Coast Wrestling Association. And welcome into another episode of ECWA Code Red. I'm John Germain Esquire, or that's at least what my driver's license says. Well, at Spring Battle 3, we had a tag team match that was unlike any that had ever been seen in ECWA before. How's that, you ask? Well, for starters, we had 3 referees, but only one was legal to count the pinfall, because 2 of them were wrestling. Yeah, these things happen. On one side, we had Renee Michelle teaming with Phil Sly. Hope she gets hazard pay, and maybe a bottle of Purell. On the other side, you had the ECWA Women's Champion Jessie Kay and referee John Finnegan, who we didn't know until January could hit a drop kick. Not the prettiest drop kick, but hey, kudos for trying. Well, these 2 teams squared off in what we hope would be the climax of Phil Sly's long reign of terror and horrible officiating in the ECWA. To find out what happened, take a look at this.
Hey, and he clears Phil Sly! Sly wants the hip toss, and it's Finnegan with the reversal. And an arm drag! Not the prettiest, but it worked! And another! And Phil Sly is going to slide out under the bottom rope like the snake he is.
John's got his own fan club now.
Well, deservedly so after that performance. Mike Keener telling Phil Sly to get back in the ring. And we're going to have the tag implored by the fans. Renee is just not having any of Phil. Nice drop toe by Finnegan, and the elbow from the champ, Jessie Kay. Look at the tandem offense.
Now we're going to see some actual wrestling.
Well, to be fair, Renee Michelle's matches against Jessie Kay have resembled track meets as she tries to escape her stronger opponent. Nice snapmare takedown by Jessie. And drops the leg on the exposed left arm of Renee Michelle.
Now, I just heard a few moments ago the crowd. I couldn't tell whether they were saying this is awful or this is awesome. Okay,
awesome.
I wanted to check in with you on that.
Jessie Kay working on the left arm of Renee Michelle. You know, Renee is resilient if nothing else, because she has taken some beatings from Jessie Kay, but she always finds a way to stay in the matchup to make it competitive. Nice! Reversal, cover, 2 count only from Jessie Kay. Wants the hip toss.
How much do you want to bet if Renee Michelle gets pinned, Phil's going to still claim he is undefeated?
Well, he doesn't take the fall. Jessie Kay's got Renee up. Where's she going to go? What's she going to do? Big power slam! That might be enough. Hooks the far leg. And a kick out at 2. Wait a minute, Jessie's distracted. Lung blower. from behind by Renee Michelle. And she will go to work, springing the trap on Jessie K. Rubbing her face into the canvas. Mike Keener with the 5 count. Jessie K reverses inside cradle, hooks a leg, 2! First match after our intermission break. It has been all action tonight at Spring Battle 3, and we still have a long way to go.
Thank God we can slow down right now.
I don't know about that. This match has had a lot of action to it as well, and there is Renee Michelle. Big leg drop. She just let it hover there for a moment, dangling like the sword of Damocles. Hover. 2. Renee Michelle getting ahead of steam. Jessie catches her. Big spine buster.
Renee Michelle expecting to make a move there and then stopped.
Renee's to her corner. She's going to look to make the tag. And she does the Phil Sly, but here comes John Finnegan. Slowest hot tag in history. Big clothesline. Oh! He's goading in Renee Michelle, and she takes down referee Phil.
Spear.
Comedy of errors. Oh, wait a minute, Jessie K from behind Renee Michelle. Big German suplex. It's human carnage for Team Sly Shell. Oh, wait a minute. He's calling for the figure 4. Wait, hey, Mike Keener's on the outside. And Sly's referee hands him a briefcase. Keener's not going to see it.
Oh, thank God somebody's going to get a lawyer out of here.
Finnegan saw what was happening, broke the figure 4. Stunner! Stunner! Oh, wait a minute! Sly's got the briefcase! Sly's got the briefcase! Finnegan doesn't see him! No! Come on!
The fact that for another month, Phil Sly gets to strut around like a peacock in the back at every show and say with a straight face, as straight a face as a crooked referee can make, that he is the only undefeated superstar in the ECWA is borderline nauseating. Yet somehow, some way, he does it. So kudos to you, Philly boy, on escaping another month, the ultimate and timely demise that you will meet eventually. Like all good things that must come to an end, like foot fungus or ingrown toenails. You're going to get yours at some point. It just wasn't at Spring Battle 3. Well, looking ahead to the rest of this episode, we're going to take a peek at the feud between Chris Wilde and Mark Harrow. It went from 0 to 60 in a hurry. I lost a suit in the process, but more importantly, Chris Wilde got beat up with a chain. All of that culminated in the middle of an ECWA ring, and we'll take a look at that action right after this break. You're watching Code Red. Stick around.
Fans, the East Coast Wrestling Association returns to action on Saturday, April 5th, 2014 at the Greater Newark Boys and Girls Club, 109 Glasgow Drive, Newark, Delaware, 19702, 7 p.m. bell time. Tickets are $15 in advance and $20 at the door. Kids 12 and under are just $10. Portions of the ECWA Super 8 event will be taped for inclusion on ECWA's Code Red TV show, airing every Wednesday on blip.tv/ECWA Code Red. Visit ECWAProWrestling.com for all the info.
Two men with a long history together. Mark Harrow and Chris Wilde, both trained at WrestleTech. Both have seen the other many times along the road of life that is pro wrestling. Two men who considered each other friends. That was at least until Mark Harrow felt that he didn't get his due back in December for a match he had in the ECWA that was unfortunately cut short by a Ricky Martinez cowbell. So Mark Harrow is sitting on the wrong side of the barricade at New Year's Resolutions 3. He's thinking about the fact that he's not in the ring, decides that he's had enough, he jumps the rail. Yours truly loses a suit. Well, maybe things would have ended there, but instead Mark Harrow goes one step too far. He takes a chain, wraps it around his fist, goes and finds Chris Wilde on his way into the gym, and jumps him, beating him mercilessly with that chain-wrapped fist. Well, Chris Wilde, even though ECWA management said it wouldn't happen, he begged, and he pleaded, and he twisted arms, and he called in favors. And the company man, the Heart Killer, got his wish. That was Mark Harrow, one-on-one, in an ECWA wrestling ring. Was Chris Wilde able to get the retribution he wanted to dish out so badly on Mark Harrow? Or did Mark Harrow make the kind of statement he's been looking to make in ECWA since December? Let's take a look at the video and find out.
A lot of history between these two men. A lot of shared rubber down the road. Mike Keener almost run over trying to clear the ring of Chris Wilde's various pieces of paraphernalia. I mean, let's call it for what it is. If you're an ECWA fan who knows not much about Mark Harrow, you're looking at him and saying, what chance does this guy have against the former Mid-Atlantic, or the current Mid-Atlantic champion, former heavyweight champion, arguably the most popular wrestler in ECWA history? But the thing you have to know about Mark Harrow is this. He is not what he seems.
No.
The cover on the book lies to you. He is exceptionally athletic. We saw it in his match in December. A lot of flying knees, a lot of innovative offense. He hits you in asymmetric ways, in ways you're not expecting. That's what he's going to look to do tonight against the guy who knows him in Chris Wilde. What the?
Whoa.
It was impressive until he got drop kicked off the ring apron.
Is that one of those I meant to do that moments?
And now Chris Wilde stalking him from the apron. Oh! But Harrow sweeps the leg. Cobra Kai style. And a suplex to the floor!
To the floor.
No padding, no forgiveness. Spine on hard surface. Oh, humanity.
It's a chiropractor's wet dream out here.
And Harrow, one of those patented knees. He is a tough son of a gun. And a little unhinged. He came out here wearing a chain, like it was clothing.
I think the haircut gives it away.
What kind of job can you have in real life where you can have that haircut? More importantly, can I have that job? Harrow in control now, dropping one of those knees right across the sternum.
Even the belt back, it looks like everything must go.
Well, we still have little Mikey's phone. It was under the belt. That's why I couldn't see it. I made a great duck for it. Harrow the cover, albeit lackadaisical. 2 count, says Mike Keenan. You know, when you see these personal issues boil over into matches like this, you kind of wonder, like, you're two guys that know each other. At one point, you liked each other. What has to happen for a relationship to devolve to the point where you want to come to blows?
Jealousy.
Tale as old as time.
I think Haro saw where he used to be and wants back in.
That's a very valid point. And in the interim, oh, by the way, Chris Wilde wins the heavyweight title. That's one of the most impressive defense streaks we've ever seen in terms of match after match after match in short duration. He loses that belt, comes back, wins the Mid-Atlantic title with his career on the line back in December. Short right from Mark Haro. Big leg up across the throat. Oh my God, are you kidding me? That's what I mean, folks. That is what I mean about Mark Haro. That man, with the crazy haircut, and let's be honest, the less than flattering physique, just hit a standing, running, shooting star press in the middle of the ring. You want to know about Mark Haro? That's all you needed to know.
Putting the pressure on that, right under that chin.
Wild back to vertical base. And the back elbow. And another. Third time's a charm. But Haro buries the boot. Man, the offensive variety from Mark Haro. Nice suplex, Northern Lights, Bridges, 2! Kick out by Haro. Impressive suplex from nowhere by Chris Wilde. And there, the big knee lift, and this crowd in stunned silence.
I'm in stone silence. I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. I'm saying sign Haro right now into the ECWA.
In spite of the fact that he jumped the rail unprovoked, he laid me out, he laid out a security member, he basically hijacked the show, he stole the spotlight from KO Storm when he was announcing the tournament, then he finds Chris Wilde in the parking lot, beats him with a chain, and you're going to reward him with a contract?
Put him on retainer. I mean, no offense to you, you know, that shouldn't have happened, I agree, but that's leaving a mark. That is leaving a mark. If you want to be noticed, he got noticed.
That's a fair point. I guess it's the old ends means dichotomy. I said it. There's a cover. Kick out for 2.5. I said it when Ricky Martinez beat Papadon. Forget the means. They were what they were, but because of the ends, they were worth it. So I guess if you're Mark Haro, hey, you got a shot tonight at the Mid-Atlantic title. If you win, you go from 0 to Mid-Atlantic champion like that.
Like I said, he's leaving a mark. He may have bullied his way in, but, you know, it's almost to the point where once you're in, you have a shot.
Cover 2.5, but Haro counters crossface. He's got the crossface locked in. He caught the loose arm of Chris Wilde. Great ring position. Could this be the move that gives Mark Haro a stunning upset?
Oh, he's pulling on it.
Wilde counters. 2. And now the Kata Hajime. The Kata Hajime, the move that got him the heavyweight title. They're trading submissions. Will this be enough to put away Mark Haro?
And if Haro loses, where does he go from there? He goes home. That's it. Done.
Win or go home. He's first got to fight out of the Kata Hajime. He gets back to vertical base. Wilde on his back, and Wilde back first into the corner. Big crowd here tonight in Newark, Delaware, taking in Spring Battle 3. The final stop on the road to the Super 8. And did you see that knee? This guy hits knees from everywhere.
And almost another one, and he went outside.
I've always had an affection for blues music and rock and roll, things like that. I got into motorcycles and a lot of the hot rod racing culture at an early age, and tattoos kind of went along with it. I had always had a great interest in becoming a tattoo artist since I got my first tattoo. Honestly, I like the people. I actually learn more about myself through the people that I work with. And sometimes I think I'm actually getting the better end of the deal. They're getting nice tattoo work, but I'm getting a lot of insight into people in general and humanity. What we do is to try and make people feel relaxed. We do that with a lot of things in the shop, from the colors selected, but also the lighting. The music is not overly loud and blaring. So it's a place where somebody can come in and feel comfortable. I do a lot of research and study into cross-contamination, bloodborne pathogens, diseases, how diseases are transmitted. I started breaking the elements in my shop down into what they call common safety zones, as well as biohazard areas, to further reduce the risk of cross-contamination and making tattooing a little safer process. I have a great deal of concern for my clients and their health and safety and well-being, as well as the people that work in the shop with me.
Yes, sir! A tornado DDT!
God!
All that torque and momentum! Physics sending Mark Harrow crashing headlong into the floor. Mike Keener goes to the floor to check on both men. They're both able to continue, albeit temporarily waylaid, and Mike Keener will issue the 10 count.
I don't know how either of them are going to get up after that.
That was like a car crash. Unbelievable.
Crowd's on its feet checking this one out.
First a suplex on the floor, then a tornado DDT. Both men back to the ring. It's been a hell of a match. It's been brutal, there's been impressive wrestling moves. Everything you could want between two guys who just flat out do not like each other. Wild a headbutt. Harrow a headbutt. That one almost to the back of the head of Chris Wilde. Right hand from Harrow. Thunderous blows from Harrow. But a huge back elbow, super kick, nobody home. But a clothesline, he connects. Another clothesline from the Heart Killer. It is momentum offense here from the Heart Killer, Chris Wilde. Big back elbow. Wilde crashing into the corner. Sizes him up, wants the bulldog. I think it was right into the turnbuckle.
I don't know who took the brunt of that one.
What the hell is Chris Wilde going to do here? The double stomp. And then he crashes it. Without regard for life or limb, Chris Wilde, cover, 2. Kick out at 2 and change, says Mike Keener. Wilde going upstairs again. Taking a little time though, might cost him. Harrow's up. And Harrow dings the top rope and sends Wilde to the seated position.
He's got him in a perfect position.
Fisherman Buster! Beautiful Fisherman Buster, that might do it. Hooks a leg. 2! 2 3/4, Chris Wilde kicks out. And you know, I have to say, it almost looked like Mike Keener kind of whiffed on the first strike of the hand. He wasn't quite sure of that first part of the fall. Maybe that was Mark Harrow's moment. We'll never know.
Harrow's looking a little frustrated at the moment.
Well, I'll say this. He has certainly pushed Chris Wilde to the limit tonight. Wanted the super kick again, countered. Flips out.
Oh my God! 1, 2, 2 and 7, 8! The move that put away Ricky Martinez! And Mark Harrow kicks. Where did that come from? Are you kidding me? I don't know, at this point we need two refs out here.
Dear God. How unbelievable. This crowd erupted when that connected. Oh, wait a minute. Harrow's got him up now. Death Valley driver. Could that be a 1, 2, 3? No! 2 9/10, says Mike Keener.
He's hardly saying it. He looks like he's out of breath. Forget your cardio today. Uh-oh.
Wait a minute.
He's grabbing that chain.
Harrow's going for the chain. I think he doesn't care about the outcome at this point. He just wants to take more punishment and delve it out onto Chris Wilde.
You know, a couple months ago, the Heart Killer Chris Wilde won the ECWA Mid-Atlantic Championship, and when I did that, I hashtag challenged the world. Anybody from anywhere at any time can come to the ECWA and challenge me for the Mid-Atlantic Championship. See, I wanted to bring the focus back on the gold that mattered the most. You see, as of right now, there's no champion in ECWA because of an injury to Kakoa, so I am the champion. Mark Harrow, a guy I know better than anybody, decides he wants to cross the barrier here at ECWA. He wants to jump over the railing and jump me, and then later on jump me in a parking lot to my gym. Mark Harrow, I went on camera from my home and I challenged you. I made fun of your voice. I referenced Mike Tyson. I used Google. I did everything I could so that Joe Zanol and Mike Tartaglia would give me you in the ring in front of my fans. I look on Facebook and I see that they have me and you in a match, but it's not for the ECWA Mid-Atlantic Championship. That's not good enough for me. I hashtag challenge the world, and that's why tonight when I walked out to the ring, the match was for the championship. And Mark, you fought me tooth and nail. And you know, like I said, I did everything to get you in the ring. Made fun of your voice. I promise I won't do that this time. But you gave me everything I could handle and more. And at the end of the day, it was the chain that you used on me that spelled the end of you. You know, Mike Tyson once said that he would beat his opponents until they loved him. Mark, I'm not done with you. As a matter of fact, I want to beat you, but I don't want you to love me afterwards. I want you to hate me even more than you do now. And maybe we'll just do that in the future. I said I wasn't gonna make fun of your voice. I guess I broke my promise. Just like I'm gonna do to you. Hashtag challenge the world.
Hey, welcome back one last time on this episode of Code Red. I'm John Germain Esquire. Starting next week, it is time to get ready, to get excited, to get pumped up for the Super 8 tournament, the biggest one-night tournament in all of professional wrestling. Ooh, I've got goosebumps just talking about it. Next week's episode will feature Ricky the Model Martinez, one of this year's entrants in the tournament. Coming off of his historic Mid-Atlantic Championship reign, he might have just clinched the biggest win of his career at Spring Battle 3, and we're going to take a look at that match, as well as 3 other competitors in this year's field, so you're not going to want to miss that. In the interim, if you need information on ECWA, and more importantly, those Super 8 tickets, go to ECWAProWrestling.com or check out their Facebook page. And if you want more info about this little outfit called Principles of Design Productions that puts on this program, we've got a website too, pridesproductions.com, and a Facebook page as well. Just look us up in that little search bar in the top of your Facebook. Hey, for everybody here at ECWA and POD, especially Raymond Rembold, I'm John Germain Esquire. We'll see you next time on Code Red.
ECWA. Become a fan all over again.